In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down Jonathan Kuminga and why I think he's going to have a crazy, amazing breakout year this year in the NBA for the Golden State Warriors. Let's get down. Let's check him out really quickly. Make sure if you wanted to be able to shoot that basketball further, better, and of course more accurately, make sure to go check out the link down in the description right below for the hardest basketball shooting workout. Okay, so in this first play, we have a player who is driving down across the key. Anytime that happens and you're on the weak side and your man turns his back to you, you need to cut down the middle of the key. In fact, anytime, no matter where you are on the court, if your man turns his back to you, cut to the rim every single time. Because that's going to open up lanes for you to get to that basket and, of course, dunk it down like he does here. Now, in this next play, we see Jonathan Kuminga attacking that rim. Now, when he attacks that rim, I really want to point out something right there. And this is kind of a cheater move, but it works extremely well. And that is, when you drive, you're going to make contact anyways. You're going to have your right foot, if you're going to spin towards that right side, you want to have your right foot in front, and you're going to be most likely bumping that player out of the way. Well, guess what? If you rip their arm through, as we've seen right there, that's going to make sure that they stay on that side, and of course, if the referee doesn't see it, it's not a foul. Referee's right there. He sees it. He didn't call anything, and he's able to spin around and of course get that dunk. Like his vertical jump is insane. But that one tip right there, the grabbing of the arm, if you don't get called for it, it is a very useful move. I've used it multiple times as a player, and I've only been called on the foul once or twice. So out of probably hundreds of times doing it, it works extremely well. And of course, if you've got a screen coming to you, and when that screen comes, if you fake away from that screen and that player moves in that direction or tries to go underneath that screen, as we see here, he moved away, you can pull for a shot. You don't always have to use the screen. You can use the screen to get yourself open, and that's what we see here. He reads defenses extremely well when they make mistakes. Now, when you're attacking the basket, this is a massive point. Jonathan Kuminga is an overly strong, powerful player. He's probably one of the strongest on the court. If you're stronger than everybody, you can attack that rim successfully. However, you're going to draw multiple defenders. You're going to get drawn to multiple players who are going to be watching what you're doing. And of course, whether you spin off or whatever, you're going to have a lot of attention. And a lot of times for younger players, if you're overly powerful more than everybody else, you tend to want to drive to the rim more, and after 4 or 5 times, you're going to start getting 2 or 3 players on you. You will not always be able to score on multiple players. However, if you can continue to drive and collapse that defense, you can kick that ball out to your teammates for open threes or mid-range shots, and that's what we see right here to his teammate who was able to drain a 3. We see this once again when he draws 3 defenders, and then because those 3 defenders were on him and there's 2 players whose backs are to their men, he's got smart teammates who cut when those backs were to them. And he's smart enough to know that he can't score on 3 players, and he's able to get these bounce passes through to his teammates. That's going to be very useful, especially for players like Steph Curry, who will be on his team, who tend to do the exact same cuts. And just like Golden State Warriors fashion, he has a 3-point shot now, and it's actually improved quite a bit. I've broken down his shot form last year. I'm going to have to do it again because he's changed it, and it's actually a very nice shooting form now, so I'm going to expect him to hit more 3s. We can see this right here where he's got really good footwork to get into that shot. And let me show you really quick what I mean. He doesn't just step into it. Watch what he does. So of course he's using that screen. He's going towards his right side. It's extremely hard to shoot going towards your right side if you're a right-handed player because you have to get your right side ahead of your left, and that's turning, and it takes time. However, there's a really small footwork secret that you can do, and that is when you're going towards that right side, you can hop off the right and land on 2. When you gather doing that, that's essentially a jump stop, and that allows you to get your right side in line so you don't try to kick that leg out. So by doing a simple, small little hop off the right to 2 feet, that allows you to get that shot off. Let's also mention that he's really well balanced, shoulders over knees over toes, and when he goes up for his shot and he releases, we can see that that arm is about 44 degrees off, which is perfect. His shoulder or his elbow is above his forehead, but also the shot's downwards trajectory is about 40 degrees. I can even make that a bit more accurate where we can go straight down and then to the ball, which is about 45 degrees, and you want it to be between 40 and 47 for it to be a good shot. 40 and 46, 40, 47, somewhere in that range, it's perfect. We can also see that when he goes up for his shot, unlike in the past, his shoulder and elbow are in line with the rim, and at least half that ball or a quarter of that ball is over top of that upper arm, and he has zero thumb flick. This is a very good shot, and expect him to hit a lot in the future. Going along with the theme of being a good passer, here he's attacking the rim. He has his James Wiseman, his center, rolling towards the rim extremely hard, but he has the hedge man, and then he's reading the defense. He's got a guy who's going to be reaching in. He's got a guy who's following up. This guy doing nothing, this guy doing nothing, and hedge man hedging way too hard because, of course, nobody is helping out. So at that point, he just sends that lob up. What should have really actually happened is, yes, this guy can cut him off because he is a massive threat. But this guy needs to come down and contest, and he needs to sink down and cover both of those guys for now until this guy recovers out there. However, that didn't happen. James Wiseman was able to get a dunk, and Kuminga was able to get an assist. And of course, overall strength and power just to get to that rim is extremely useful because right here he goes between multiple players. And he's kind of picking up the ideas and, of course, tips from Steph Curry because here he attacks this left side. Hedgeman didn't hedge very far. They obviously switched. And then he takes a quick step back towards that left side. Now, something that he likes to do is that small, quick hop off the left when he's gathering to get more balanced. You can do that. You don't just have to push off and land on 2 feet. You can push off, land on your left, gather when you're in the air, land on 2. That's essentially just a jump stop, and then go up for your shot. That allows you to get more balanced, and if you have issues with strength or maybe with balance trying to do these step backs, that small, quick hop step can actually change your life, really, because that's going to allow you to shoot more accurately. So make sure to go check out the hardest basketball shooting workout down in the description below if you're looking to shoot that basketball more accurately or with, of course, more power. I'll see you guys again next time. Hit that like button and subscribe.